Welcome back to Crow's Whisper Tarot. Today we're going to be looking at what your higher self has to say about what you need to release to get stronger in the future. So we'll have a look at any details that come about and also when this release will take place. So let's jump into the reading. Okay guys, here are the piles. We have pile 1, pile 2, pile 3 and pile 4. Take your time selecting the piles and we'll skip into the reading. Welcome pile 1 to your reading. So what your spirit guides want you to release is we have the 8 of Cups. So they want you to release walking away from situations that don't work in your favor. I'm not sure if this group, when things become difficult, tend to sort of hold on to what is comfortable or sort of fear change in some sort of capacity, because we also have the Lovers card in reverse. And to me, what this speaks of is not being able to move forward on the path that is difficult. Usually in, I suppose, the Marseille style of the Lovers card, it is 3 people involved. So the choice between one or the other, and a lot of the time it's that path leading towards it. And in this case, I feel like with this group, it feels like that is the struggle that we have, is being able to choose a path that is difficult, that isn't easy, and that causes a lot of discomfort. And the reason it can be that this is holding you back is there may be an opportunity in the future that you are not going to receive just because you are putting more barriers for yourself in getting there. And it might be that it's just lengthening your journey towards your destination rather than, taking the difficult path, but it being a shortcut. And that is the vibe I'm getting from that as well. We also have the Fox with shrewdness and resourcefulness, especially in business. So it's something that you need to work towards, is being able to make very clear-cut decisions, being comfortable with situations that don't necessarily work in your favor, but it allows you to explore things in as much detail as possible. It also allows things to go a lot smoother if you have, all the resources and using all your skills to the best possible ability. And that means taking risks when it feels like you can use those skills, or taking opportunities that really utilize those skills that you already have. And that will allow you to sort of grow into this, future self that, has so much potential for yourself. And we also have connection is the only game. And I feel like that is what's most important, is being able to connect to your own strengths and being able to identify them, being able to let them shine, being able to bring about the best possible version of yourself. For other people, it could be that you need to network a lot more, be able to create a lot more resources and people to rely on in terms of, business things, or it can be even socializing, having someone to have your back in certain situations. And that might be the confidence boost you need to sort of take on those opportunities that are coming towards you as well. There's definitely something to look forward to from that perspective. So, Spirit, what other messages do you have for Group 1's higher self? That one also to come out. So we have the Explorer of Cups. So Explorer of Cups usually speaks about someone who is able to, again, be really good at networking, being able to connect well with other people. The only downside I find to the Explorer of Cups is generally someone who holds back and gives surface level experience or opinions to some extent. And I feel like with this group, it's holding yourself back from an emotional capacity. So not putting your 100% of your heart into what you are doing, feeling like you're restraining yourself or moving at a much slower pace to get where you want to be. And I feel like there is a level of speed that is necessary for you to achieve that, which is funny because the next card we got as well was the 8 of Wands, which talks about speed and getting into a faster mentality, being able to act before you sort of think. And I think that will help to speed up whatever it is that you're trying to do. It does feel slightly more one of your goals in life, I suppose that you can call it, is something that requires you to not so much work with your heart and sort of hold yourself back when it comes to those things, but just simply act and take on more of a Mars energy is what I'm picking up with the amount of reds that are coming through this reading as well. But being able to get into a mindset where action speaks louder than words, and being able to simply act and put yourself in different situations, whether it works out or not doesn't really matter. But the 8 of Wands already shows that you have the power and potential to get where you want to be. It's just a matter of you being comfortable in your own skin and being able to put in the time and energy towards where you want to go and what you want to be. We also have the 9 of Wands here as well. So being able to put yourself in a position that is, again, uncomfortable, requires a lot of hard work. Being able to put yourself in a position where you're thinking about the next steps. You're not sort of, waiting for things to happen, but you're planning ahead. You're trying to, build and create as much as possible with what you want to do. And that's more important in this time frame, with trying to create a lot more. This card sort of fell out as well. So we have the 6 of Pentacles. So again, being able to get yourself into a position where you can ask for help from the people around you, being able to make stronger connections. And you might find that someone that you connect with is generous enough to give you more resources or give you more skills or help you network further. And it can also be, if it's more of a business venture, being able to, give you information on a certain industry in more detail, or give you an idea of how you can sort of reach your goals a lot quicker. That's sort of what we want to do and what we want to build. So just keep that in mind, that people are important. If you're thinking that, just sort of going at it, full pace by yourself is going to work out, in this case, I don't think so. I think networking and people other than yourself being involved from the industry or the, goal that you're looking towards, you need to look at people who have that experience, who are able to help you along the way. That is what is going to give you the best chance of achieving whatever goal you have in mind. And that is from your future self. Now, in terms of timelines that we are currently working with to get to that point, if you are someone who is on top of this, take on this advice and be able to sort of push it forward, we could see this happening by October, whether it's October this year or October coming up. Otherwise, it would be February 2026 from the time of this reading, or the year after that. So just keep that in mind in terms of when this could come about. So that was your reading, Pile 1. Hope you enjoyed it. Please do like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. Welcome, Pile 2, to your reading. Let's have a look at what your future self has to tell you. So we start off with the Knight of Swords and the High Priestess. So very exciting things are coming your way, especially with the High Priestess. A lot of your manifestations are going to come about very, very soon, more than you would ever expect. And funny enough, the next card that we have is Victory in Some Endeavor. So definitely a lot of interesting circumstances coming out for you at this time. More specifically, I feel like for some of you, it can be a little more towards the romantic side of things, or being able to pursue one of your goals as well is coming about, and building the life that you want to live in the future as well. Because with this Knight of Swords, not only are they one individual of action, but they also think ahead, plan for the future, making sure that they have a vision for themselves and are going about to try and achieve it. So that's definitely something that to look forward to if that is you. But more than anything, it does feel like this pursuit of something that is sort of currently unobtainable, but we're moving closer and closer towards it. And especially with the High Priestess here, using your intelligence, your intuition, your manifestation abilities as well, being able to create within your mind what you wish to happen and feel that that is right for you, and that is getting closer and closer for you to try and achieve, which is amazing stuff. Let's get a bit more information before we jump into the other messages. Oh, that flipped over very quickly. Okay. So we have the Star card as well. So yes, this is a dream that you've had for a very long time, something that you've always felt was a little bit out of ordinary. Again, we have the Moon card as well. So you felt like you couldn't really visualize what was happening. And because we have two, like the High Priestess has a crescent moon and we have a full moon here, so very possible that within the next month or so you're going to find that this comes about, but we'll have another look at timing in another part. But again, building more stability with the Nine of Pentacles, being able to create exactly what you want, your vision is definitely going to come true, and you're going to find that things are going to move at a pace that is not something that you would have ever planned for. It can be that whatever has been happening because of not just your hard work, but also your dedication to your vision, I feel as well. But yes, you have slowly been putting the pieces together and creating what exactly you need. But in terms of what your higher self wants to release is being able to simply enjoy the moment for what it is. Try not to plan too much ahead. Try not to, put more barriers in place in your mind. Try and be as open to things happening as possible. We sort of daydream a lot, create more visions in our head than, what we would like. And sometimes those visions tend to contradict one or the other. And if you are sort of thinking, if you're someone like me who, wants to keep things going at a certain schedule, it becomes a lot more challenging over time because of the amount of effect that this particular scenario has. And so because I feel like this is going to happen unexpectedly, based on the cards that are coming through, I would say you need to be open to the unexpected. Try not to plan too much ahead. Try not to get in your own way. Simply sort of free fall into whatever happens. That's probably the best scenario for you. And we also have the Lovers card. So again, for some of you, it can be romantic to some capacity. It can be connecting to a soulmate, platonic or romantic in aspect. But it does feel like whatever it is, it's going to be sort of changing your fate to some capacity. And it does feel like whatever is going to come about is going to, I feel like that is the moment that creates this release for you for the future. And it'll get to a point where you sort of release your burdens, release your anxieties about certain things that are happening in your life, and being able to create something that is a lot more beautiful and open. The other message that we have for you is if there is no you out there get out of there. So being able to stand on your own 2 feet, being able to wait for the right moment, not being afraid of letting yourself shine, not being afraid of taking on new opportunities, even if there is currently sort of no results happening. Just keep pursuing, keep trying to put yourself out there, create a new space for yourself to, you know, shine, being able to create. For some of you, it can be, you know, on YouTube, being able to put yourself out there and create, but it can also be just being in the mindset that other people's opinion doesn't matter. If you don't fit into a certain category or a certain group, if you're doing something a little bit out of the norm, that is perfectly fine. That's how it's meant to be. So don't try and hold yourself back or feel like you're not enough, because whatever is happening because of the sort of opportunities that need to come to you. And it does feel like, for this group in particular, it's about being able to not just sort of hold on to situations that have worked. It's about taking on anything that comes your way. So whether it, you know, randomly, you know, you get a call saying that you need to go interstate or you need to travel for work, instead of sort of holding back, try and accept it as a potential opportunity and move towards it. I would say taking on that opportunity, don't try and overthink it, take on a bit more of the full energy in that capacity, and being able to sort of put yourself out there, because the more exposure you get to different circumstances, the stronger you're actually becoming and the more powerful that you will be in the future as well. So we got a few cards for timing. One is the closer time frame, one is further. So the closest time frame for you guys is this week. So that is something very unexpected, but it did feel with the Knight of Swords energy that things are going very, very quickly. And if there are delays or that you struggle to take on, you know, the information given by your higher self, then we have trust divine timing. So those are your messages. I hope you enjoyed it, group 2, and please do like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. Welcome, group 3, to your reading. Let's have a look at what your future self has to say. We have the 4 of Coins reversed, and we also have the 6 of Swords reversed. So it does look like, from the ways that the cards are presenting, that there is a bit of a transition that is meant to happen for you in the future, but it feels like you're trying to restrain yourself from, you know, accessing this new opportunity. To some extent, I feel like you're sort of fighting with yourself with what is comfortable versus what is going to help you out more in the future. And I think there is a level of discomfort with the change that is about to happen for you. And I have a feeling you already know what's taking place in your life, but this transition is meant to be one that benefits you. It's not something that you should be afraid of. The other cards that came out for you was seek out information that will help you. And we also have you feel something is lacking in your life, perhaps love, money, or goals. So again, it's something that you definitely need to benefit from, that you need to move towards. And I feel like there is a level of blockage from your end as well, that this opportunity seems too good to be true, or a little bit uncomfortable or scary to some extent, but it's exactly what you have been trying to bring about. It's something that you have always been trying to work towards, and I feel like more than anything, this opportunity is going to be something that brings you a lot of comfort, that moves you to calmer shores, that is going to bring you a lot more stability in your life, and financially and in terms of emotional security as well. But again, seek out information that is going to help you. And that can be from anyone in your life, but just make sure that you're trying to reach out to the right people, that, you know, you ask people who have your back and that want to give you the best possible advice for your life, rather than trying to simply give you information for the sake of it. We also have the Seven of Wands reversed. So again, trying to be more open with the people around you, trying to, you know, be open to new opportunities. Don't try and build a wall around certain subjects, trying to, you know, be inviting to other things around you. I sort of see this more as like that, you know, marbles game when you try and flick marbles into this circle. Being able to let people in and let the right people in at the time that you need it. Being able to, you know, take risks in life as well with that. We also have the Guardian of Wands, or the Queen of Wands. So self-confidence and confidence in the opportunities that come your way. Don't be afraid of getting burnt. Don't be afraid that something's not going to work out in your favor, because anxiety itself can stop anyone from achieving their potential, and anxiety is part of it. But don't feel like just because it's there, it's not going to work out. I think your trust in yourself is something that you need to build a little bit more to really achieve your goals. And what if you do, you know, take on those risks and be able to sort of put yourself out there and either change locations, move environments, or just change your mindset. We have the Ten of Pentacles, and you are going to have more stability, more comfort, financial, emotional, physical. It's going to be exactly what you need, and it's going to last. So again, take whatever information comes your way that is helpful, but know that whatever happens, you are very much in control of whatever comes your way, and you're not going to invite something that isn't going to work. You're going to invite something that is perfect for you and that supports you and provides you stability and comfort and, you know, help you grow into more of a person than you already are, and make you more confident in yourself as well. We also have the Justice card. So I feel like there's again, the balance between feeling like you are lacking to some capacity, or that you don't deserve whatever opportunity comes your way. I feel like there's a balance between the, you know, feeling like it's too good to be true versus, you know, feeling like you don't deserve something, and being able to find that balance within yourself and what you can have and what you don't have, and being able to, you know, get into the mindset that things are going to work out in your favor. And the other card that we have is It's Okay, You're Not Supposed to Be Doing Anything Right Now. So I think this point in time, it's about you being able to simply go through information and gather information. It's not about acting, it's not about action, it's just trying to figure out in your mind the pros and cons to a situation, and then let the rest sort of take hold, but without sort of getting in there, analysing, settling down a bit of that anxiety, and being open to new information as well. That's what's going to bring you the most amount of comfort in this period of time. And by gathering that evidence and being able to go through it and decide if it's worth it or not, I think that is what's going to give you the best amount of release from this situation that you're currently in. Now we've got two cards in terms of time frames. The closest time frame at the moment is now is not the right time. So again, with that card that says, you know, you're not supposed to be doing anything, I feel like this is not the time to take action necessarily, but it's about being open to the new circumstance and being able to analyze information and get comfortable with this new situation that can come about. And in the future, we have within the next 9 months. So take what resonates at this point in time that you're watching. But that was your reading. Hope you enjoyed it, Group 3. Please do like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. Welcome, Pile 4, to your reading from your future self. So, starting off, we have the 2 of Wands and the 5 of Wands. So, very interesting energy to start off with. It does feel like we are getting to a new fun time that has a lot of movement. We are, planning ahead for the future, but also, trying to pursue our goals and do what we need to do sort of to get through the everyday. And we also have Apple. Temptation will test you. So a very interesting time is ahead. What I am feeling is that what your future self wants you to release at this point in time is being able to so much focus on what is meant to be versus what could be. So your future self wants you to focus on the current and the now and not so much plan ahead for the future, because I feel like that's not where your attention should be. Your attention should be more on the past and being able to navigate what happened in the past, being able to think about what worked, what didn't work, what would be helpful for the future, being able to plan ahead from that capacity, because that's what's going to help you in the long term. But let's get a few more bits of information from your higher self and spirit from the scenario. So we have the Hermit. So again, being able to sort of reflect, think back on the past, being able to see our true selves and also sort of navigate that scenario. It might be good to do a lot of journaling in that time as well, being able to develop a clear understanding of what has happened and what to do in the future, because I feel like part of that is what will be holding you back as well. The other cards that we have is the Ace of Pentacles, the 3 of Cups, and the Sun card, which is very exciting. But if you are able to sort of release things that happened in the past, things that worked or didn't work for you, being able to see how that has affected you currently and do a lot of shadow work from that perspective, you're going to actually develop more opportunities within your life, because you're sort of facing your inner demons, so to speak. With the Apple as well, it's sort of Adam and Eve, but it's also being able to accept what happened previously, accept that nothing's going to go according to plan and that things will always change, and that sometimes, our instincts or our temptations, so to speak, whatever it might be, but those things are meant to be there to give us more opportunity to grow, and not seeing that as a negative is not always a good thing. So instead of seeing the snake, you're seeing the apple. So see the reward of going through a difficult scenario rather than seeing the pain or the discomfort that it caused. And especially with the 3 of Cups, look at your friend group, your support network, the people who you can rely on and be open and with your emotions with. That's who is most important for you to have access to in this time as well. And with the Sun card, know that new opportunities and positivity will always be in your life. It's just a matter of you facing yourself and being comfortable with that energy that will help you to grow stronger for the future. We also have create right now, not just during soft, good times. So it's meant to be that, when we do go through times where we can sort of spiral into seeing our own negative aspects and, you know, overanalyze ourselves with all sorts of things, it's really the best opportunity to see the good in ourselves, but also going out in nature, seeing the good in other people, being able to embrace the world as it is, and being able to, you know, be comfortable with doing things that are not always expected, and being able to gather more information for ourselves on the type of person we are and the type of person we want to be. So there's nothing that you can't control at this point in time, but it does feel like by doing that extra bit of work on ourselves, the extra bit of creating our own supports, a new opportunity is going to come. So let's have a look at that particular opportunity. We have the High Priestess, the Six of Cups, and the Nine of Pentacles. Okay, so that is amazing, and that coincides with the Sun card. So not only will you get an immense sense of joy out of life because you have now released things that were holding you back and now freed yourself from whatever image you had of yourself as well. We have the High Priestess. So your manifestations, whatever they might be, are going to come to life. And especially with these Six of Cups as well, it might be through a past location you were in or a past person that you knew at some point in time. Some of you, it can also be related to your soul tribe. But being able to reconnect with those individuals who were there at points in your time that give you comfort, that give you support, and sort of reigniting that childlike innocence and childlike nostalgic sense as well. And that can also help with this process of the Hermit, being able to go back to the past and sort of reanalyze and rework your mind around certain things as well. And with the Nine of Pentacles, being able to create the image of yourself that you really want, being able to use your resources for things that matter the most to you, being able to give yourself the opportunity to move past certain situations and have an understanding of what is meant to be. So don't feel like this process is meant to be a burden, because it's meant to be a reward for you for everything that you have done and all your hard work. It's meant to be a reward because it allows you to go through and see how much you have changed over time and what things are important to you over time, and being able to see those are the most important things for you. So we have two potential timeframes that we are working with at the moment. One is a closer time frame, one is further out. So your closest time frame to being able to get this, you know, reward for yourself is this month for some of you as well, for this new opportunity that is coming your way. And we also have later on August, so it can be August whenever you are watching. But yeah, that is your reading, pile 4. Hope you enjoyed it. Please do like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.